Have you ever met someone who seems to understand you better than you understand yourself? Someone who can predict how a situation will unfold, almost like they have a sixth sense. If so, you may have encountered an INFJ, one of the rarest personality types in the world. INFJs make up only 1–2% of the population, making them an unusual and often misunderstood group. They are deep thinkers, natural empaths, and visionaries who see the world differently from most people. But what makes them truly special? In this video, we will explore 6 shocking truths about INFJs that most people don't know. Some of these traits may surprise you, even if you're an INFJ yourself. 1. The rarity of INFJs. Imagine being part of a group so rare that you might never meet another person exactly like you. That's the reality for INFJs. They are not just rare in number, but also in the way they think and experience life. INFJ stands for introverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging. This combination creates a deep, introspective, and highly empathetic individual. Unlike more common personality types, INFJs tend to think differently, process emotions more deeply, and see the world in a way that others often don't understand. One reason for their rarity is their complex thought process. INFJs use introverted intuition, (NI), as their dominant function. This means they rely on patterns, gut feelings, and long-term visions, rather than just facts and logic. They often know things without being able to explain why, which can make them seem mysterious to others. Another interesting fact is that INFJs tend to feel different from a young age. Many INFJs recall growing up feeling like outsiders, even in their own families. They may have sensed things that others missed, understood people's emotions without being told, or had an internal world that felt much deeper than those around them. Because they are rare, INFJs sometimes struggle to find people who truly understand them. They crave deep, meaningful relationships, but their uniqueness can make it hard to find the right connections. When they do form friendships or relationships, they invest deeply, often going above and beyond to make others feel valued and supported. At the same time, INFJs can blend in well. Unlike some other introverts, they are social chameleons, able to adapt to different situations and people. This can make them appear more extroverted than they really are. However, spending too much time around others can drain their energy, and they often need alone time to recharge. Despite their rarity, INFJs have made a significant impact on the world. Many famous historical figures, writers, and leaders are believed to have been INFJs. People like Mahatma Gandhi, Carl Jung, and Nelson Mandela all displayed the deep thinking, strong convictions, and desire to help others that are common in this personality type. In the modern world, INFJs continue to stand out. Their ability to see the bigger picture, combined with their natural empathy, makes them excellent at careers in counseling, writing, teaching, and activism. They are often drawn to roles where they can help people and create positive change. Though they are rare, INFJs have a powerful presence. Their ability to understand people, think deeply, and work towards meaningful goals sets them apart in a world that often focuses on surface-level interactions. If you're an INFJ, embrace your uniqueness. It's what makes you special. 2. Deep empathy and sensitivity. INFJs are often described as highly empathetic, but their ability to understand emotions goes far beyond what most people expect. It's not just that they care about others, they can actually feel what others feel. This deep emotional connection makes them excellent listeners, compassionate friends, and natural healers. However, it also comes with challenge. A natural emotional sponge, have you ever walked into a room and instantly sensed the mood? INFJs experience this all the time. They absorb the emotions of those around them, even when nothing is said out loud. If a friend is sad but pretending to be okay, an INFJ will often see right through it. If there's tension in a group, they will feel it immediately, even if no one is arguing. This ability to pick up on emotional energy can be both a gift and a burden. On one hand, it allows INFJs to help people who are struggling. They can offer comfort and guidance without needing much explanation. People often feel safe opening up to an INFJ, even if they've just met. On the other hand, this constant emotional awareness can be exhausting. INFJs struggle to separate their own feelings from those of others. If they are surrounded by negative energy, they may feel emotionally drained or even physically sick. This is why they often need alone time to reset and regain balance. The need for meaningful conversations. INFJs dislike small talk. They aren't interested in surface-level conversations about the weather or celebrity gossip. Instead, they crave deep, meaningful discussions about life, emotions, and personal growth. They want to talk about dreams, struggles, and what makes people tick. This can sometimes make social interactions difficult. In casual settings, INFJs may feel out of place if the conversation remains too shallow. They may try to steer the discussion toward deeper topics, but not everyone is comfortable with this level of depth. As a result, INFJs often prefer one-on-one interactions where they can connect on a more personal level, a tendency to put others first. Because INFJs care so deeply, they often prioritize the needs of others over their own. They naturally want to help, support, and heal those around them. This can be a beautiful trait, but it also leads to burnout. INFJs sometimes struggle to say no. They take on emotional burdens that aren't theirs to carry, trying to fix people's problems even when it drains their own energy. They might ignore their own needs because they are too busy helping others feel better. This selflessness can make them targets for emotional manipulation. Some people take advantage of their kindness, knowing that an INFJ will always be there to listen and offer support. Over time, this can lead to emotional exhaustion and resentment, protecting their energy. To stay emotionally healthy, INFJs must learn to set boundaries. They need to recognize when they are giving too much and allow themselves to step back when necessary. This doesn't mean they stop caring. It simply means they are taking care of themselves so they can continue to help others without draining their own energy. Spending time alone is also crucial. INFJs recharge through solitude, quiet reflection, and creative activities. Many enjoy journaling, reading, or spending time in nature. These moments help them process emotions and release any negative energy they've absorbed. The strength of an INFJ's empathy. Despite the challenges, an INFJ's empathy is one of their greatest strengths. It allows them to make deep connections, offer comfort in difficult times, and understand people on a level that few others can. Their ability to see beyond words and recognize unspoken emotions makes them powerful healers, whether in personal relationships or professional settings. Their sensitivity isn't a weakness, it's their superpower. They may feel deeply, but that depth gives them wisdom, compassion, and the ability to change lives. 3. Rich inner world and imagination. INFJs may appear calm and reserved on the outside, but inside their minds, there is a world full of deep thoughts, vivid imagination, and powerful emotions. They spend a lot of time in their own heads, exploring ideas, analyzing situations, and dreaming of future possibilities. The world inside an INFJ's mind. From a young age, INFJs tend to daydream and create complex stories in their heads. They often imagine different scenarios, replay past events, or think about how the future might unfold. This inner world is rich and detailed, sometimes feeling more real than the outside world. Because of their introverted intuition, NI, INFJs naturally look for patterns, meaning, and hidden connections in everything. They don't just see things as they are, they see what they could be. This allows them to predict events, understand people's motives, and come up with creative ideas. However, this strong imagination can sometimes make them feel disconnected from reality. They may get lost in their thoughts, forgetting what's happening around them. Some INFJs even struggle with overanalyzing situations, thinking too much about the past or worrying about the future. A love for creativity and expression, INFJs often have a deep appreciation for art, music, literature, and storytelling. Many are drawn to creative fields like writing, painting, filmmaking, or composing music. These forms of expression allow them to share their inner world with others, translating their deep emotions and thoughts into something tangible. Writing, in particular, is a common outlet for INFJs. They enjoy putting their ideas into words, whether through journaling, poetry, or storytelling. It allows them to organize their thoughts and express things they may struggle to say out loud. The struggle between fantasy and reality. Because they spend so much time in their heads, INFJs sometimes feel disconnected from the real world. They might have trouble staying present in the moment, especially if they find reality disappointing or unfulfilling. This can lead to idealism, where they set high expectations for themselves and others. They may imagine the perfect relationship, the perfect job, or the perfect life, only to feel frustrated when reality doesn't match their vision. At times, they may also experience disillusionment. When their dreams and ideals don't come true, they can feel deeply disappointed. They might withdraw from the world, feeling misunderstood or discouraged. Finding balance between the mind and the world. To stay grounded, INFJs must learn to balance their rich inner world with the realities of life. They need to find ways to bring their ideas to life instead of just keeping them in their minds. One way to do this is through action. Instead of just imagining change, INFJs can use their creativity and intuition to make a real impact. Whether through art, teaching, counseling, or activism, they thrive when they use their gifts to help others and create something meaningful. Another important factor is mindfulness. Learning to stay present and appreciate the moment can help INFJs feel more connected to the real world. Practices like meditation, journaling, or simply spending time in nature can help them process their thoughts without getting lost in them. The power of an INFJ's mind. The INFJ's inner world is one of their greatest strengths. It gives them creativity, insight, and a deep understanding of life that few others possess. They see possibilities where others see limits, and they have the vision to imagine a better future. By learning to balance their dreams with reality, INFJs can use their imagination to inspire, create, and make the world a better place. 4. Idealism. Paired with action, INFJs are not just dreamers, they are doers. While many people imagine a better world, INFJs take it a step further by actively working toward their vision. Their combination of idealism and determination makes them unique. They don't just hope for change, they strive to make it happen. The power of INFJ idealism, INFJs see the world differently. They don't just accept things as they are. They focus on what could be improved. Their strong sense of justice, fairness, and morality drives them to stand up for causes they believe in. Whether it's helping the underprivileged, fighting for human rights, or making a positive social impact, INFJs feel a deep responsibility to do good. Their idealism is rooted in their empathy. Because they can feel others' pain, they naturally want to fix problems and make life better for people. This is why many INFJs are drawn to counseling, activism, teaching, or social work, fields where they can create real change, turning dreams into reality. While some idealists struggle to take action, INFJs have a unique ability to turn their visions into concrete plans. Their judging, J trait, gives them strong organizational skills, helping them break big ideas into smaller, achievable steps. For example, an INFJ who dreams of helping homeless people might not just think about it, they might volunteer at shelters, start a fundraising campaign, or create awareness through social media. Once they are passionate about something, they commit deeply. This determination also shows in personal relationships. INFJs don't just wish for meaningful connections, they actively seek out deep and authentic bonds. They are willing to put in the effort to nurture relationships and help loved ones grow. The challenges of being an idealist. Although INFJs are determined, their high expectations can sometimes lead to frustration. They often feel disappointed when people don't share their passion for change or when the world doesn't move as fast as they'd like. At times, this can cause burnout. INFJs put so much energy into helping others that they may forget to take care of themselves. They must learn that they can't fix everything, and it's okay to take breaks. Another challenge is perfectionism. INFJs may hesitate to take action if they feel they can't do something perfectly. They might delay starting a project because they worry about not doing it right. But progress is more important than perfection, and INFJs must remind themselves that small steps still make a difference. Why INFJs make great leaders? Because they balance vision with action, INFJs often make inspirational leaders. They aren't driven by power or status. They lead because they genuinely care about people. Their ability to see the big picture, understand emotions, and stay dedicated to their goals makes them highly effective in leadership roles. INFJs may be rare, but their influence is strong. 1. They are the quiet changemakers, working behind the scenes to create a better, kinder world. 2. 5. Aversion to conflict. 3. INFJs are known for their peaceful nature, but this doesn't mean they never get upset. 4. Instead, they avoid conflict whenever possible. They dislike unnecessary arguments, tension, or aggressive behavior, often choosing harmony over confrontation. However, this tendency can be both a strength and a challenge. Why INFJs avoid conflict? NFJs are deeply empathetic, which means they feel emotions intensely, not just their own, but also those of others. Conflict often involves anger, frustration, or sadness, and INFJs absorb these emotions like a sponge. Even if they are not directly involved, being around conflict can leave them feeling drained or anxious. Another reason they avoid conflict is their desire for harmony. INFJs want everyone to get along, and they often act as peacemakers in tense situations. If there's an argument in a group, they might try to calm things down, mediate between people, or find a compromise. They have a strong sense of fairness and want to see solutions where everyone feels respected. How INFJs handle disagreements. When INFJs must deal with conflict, they prefer to handle it in a calm and thoughtful way. Unlike more confrontational personality types, they don't like shouting, aggressive debates, or emotional outbursts. Instead, they reflect carefully before speaking, choosing their words wisely to avoid escalating the situation. In relationships, INFJs may suppress their own feelings to avoid upsetting others. For example, if a friend or partner does something that bothers them, they might not say anything right away. Instead, they bottle up their emotions, hoping the problem will go away. However, this can lead to resentment over time. The downsides of avoiding conflict. While avoiding conflict can maintain peace, it's not always the best strategy. Ignoring problems doesn't make them disappear. It often makes things worse. When INFJs suppress their feelings for too long, they may eventually explode with frustration or suddenly cut off relationships without warning. Another issue is that some people take advantage of their kindness. INFJs may agree to things they don't want to do just to keep others happy. This can lead to feelings of being used or unappreciated. Learning to say no and set boundaries is crucial for their well-being. Finding a healthy balance. The key for INFJs is learning to address conflicts in a healthy way. Instead of avoiding problems, they should express their thoughts and emotions early, before resentment builds up. They don't have to be aggressive, but they should be firm and honest about their needs. One strategy is writing down their thoughts before a difficult conversation. This helps them organize their emotions and communicate clearly. Practicing assertive communication, where they express themselves respectfully but confidently, can also help them handle disagreements more effectively. Conflict doesn't have to be negative. INFJs should remember that not all conflict is bad. Sometimes facing difficult conversations can lead to stronger relationships, personal growth, and better understanding. By learning to handle conflict in a balanced way, INFJs can maintain harmony without sacrificing their own needs. 6. Struggles with perfectionism. NFJs are known for their high standards, not just for others, but especially for themselves. They strive for excellence in everything they do, whether it's work, relationships, or personal growth. While this drive can help them achieve great things, it can also lead to stress, self-criticism, and burnout. Why INFJs are perfectionists? One of the biggest reasons INFJs struggle with perfectionism is their idealistic nature. They don't just see things as they are, they see how things could be. Whether it's their career, relationships, or personal goals, they always want to reach the best possible outcome. Their introverted intuition, NE, makes them future-focused, constantly planning, strategizing, and improving. This is a great strength, but it also means they can be overly hard on themselves if things don't go exactly as they imagined. Another reason for their perfectionism is their strong sense of responsibility. INFJs feel deeply connected to the people and projects they care about, and they want to give their best effort in everything they do. They don't like letting people down, which can make them push themselves too hard. The hidden downsides of perfectionism. At first, perfectionism might seem like a positive trait. It leads to hard work, dedication, and success. But for INFJs, it often comes with hidden struggles. Fear of failure. INFJs may avoid starting new projects because they are afraid they won't be able to do them perfectly. This fear can cause procrastination, as they keep waiting for the perfect time to begin. Overworking and burnout. Because they want everything to be flawless, INFJs tend to overthink and overwork. They may spend too much time refining small details, which can leave them feeling exhausted and drained, and never feeling good enough. No matter how much they achieve, INFJs often feel like they could have done better. This self-criticism can lead to low self-esteem and dissatisfaction, even when they accomplish great things. Struggles in relationships. INFJs may also have high expectations for relationships. They seek deep, meaningful connections and sometimes feel disappointed when others don't match their level of emotional depth. How INFJs can overcome perfectionism. The key to managing perfectionism is finding balance. INFJs need to remind themselves that perfection is an illusion. No one is perfect, and mistakes are part of growth. Here are some ways they can reduce the pressure. Set realistic goals. Instead of aiming for perfection, INFJs should focus on progress. Small steps forward are better than waiting for the perfect result. Practice self-compassion. They should talk to themselves with the same kindness they offer to others. Making mistakes doesn't mean they have failed, it means they are learning. Learn to let go. Sometimes good enough is truly good enough. Not every detail needs to be perfect, and knowing when to move on is important. Prioritize rest and self-care. Taking breaks doesn't mean they are lazy. Resting helps INFJs recharge so they can continue pursuing their goals without burning out. Embracing imperfection. INFJs have incredible gifts, insight, creativity, and a deep desire to make the world better. But to fully use their talents, they need to let go of the pressure to be perfect. By embracing imperfection, they can find more joy, confidence, and fulfillment in life. Being an INFJ is a unique and powerful experience. They are rare, empathetic, deep thinkers who strive to make the world a better place. But along with these strengths come challenges: perfectionism, conflict avoidance, and emotional exhaustion. By understanding these traits, INFJs can learn to embrace their strengths while managing their struggles. They don't need to be perfect or fix everything. Instead, they should focus on being true to themselves, setting healthy boundaries, and taking care of their own well-being. INFJs may be only 1–2% of the population, but their impact is undeniable. Their deep insights, kindness, and vision for a better world make them one of the most powerful personality types out there. If you're an INFJ, remember, your uniqueness is your greatest strength.